So, Microsoft among U.S. companies eyeing TikTok acquisition. President Donald Trump confirmed that Microsoft is one of several U.S. companies considering a bid to acquire TikTok, aiming to keep the platform operational amid government scrutiny. The potential sale is driven by national security concerns over TikTok's Chinese ownership, with the U.S. seeking a controlling stake in the company. For Amazon sellers, this development could impact TikTok's advertising landscape and TikTok Shop as well, and influencer marketing opportunities. Depending on future ownership and regulation, a US-based acquisition may also lead to changes in data policies and advertising competition that sellers should monitor closely. So interesting. I can't say Microsoft was on the top of my radar for acquiring TikTok, but they've been kind of searching for some relevance here, I guess, for a while, and this might be a grasp at that.
Yeah, I don't know. Microsoft is not among any of the companies that I would like to see acquire TikTok, because they've had their own data breaches and conspiracy theories of being connected with governments and funneling data and stuff like that. So, like, not to bring up something unfortunate for our country, but if you were to put in, I can't remember what it was specifically, but the date of 9/11, something like that, in Wingdings, which is a font in Microsoft, it would bring up two towers, fire, and airplanes. I actually tested this shortly after. Yeah. So I actually did this on my own computer, which hadn't been updated, but I think Microsoft updated it since then to change what font or what icons come up. But I tested this myself when I was a kid. Sure enough, you put in the date. It was like the exact date of September 11th. What was it? I can't even remember the year it was.
2001.
2001. Thank you. Yeah. And it came up with two towers, an airplane, and a burning or fire symbol, something like that. It was like, okay.
Yeah, some programmer was trying to make a bad joke, I think, most likely. But
I did this with my computer that hadn't been updated in ages.
Yeah.
This is before the time of like streaming updates with Microsoft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is like the most unsexy choice. I mean, the only way to make this less sexy is if it was IBM or HP. It couldn't be any stodgier. I was actually really surprised when I saw this, because it's like you said, Todd, not on my bingo card. Like, I had a list of maybes in my head, and this ain't one of them. But I think what Dana said is really smart. Searching for, or which one of you was it who said you're both smart when you say they're searching for relevance?
Oh yeah, that
right.
Was Todd.
Yeah, it was Todd. Yeah, so dead on there, Todd, because they are searching for relevance. They've got their stupid Edge browser that everyone immediately deletes from their machine. They're not.
They're not Chrome, by the way, now.
Yeah, they're not collecting any of our data or information through that. They don't know our browsing history, because you're right. Everyone uses Chrome or something else. No one is using Edge. It's horrifyingly bad.
Safari.
Yeah, the big moneymaker for Microsoft right now is Azure, which is like their platform for hosting apps and virtual computers and things like that, similar to Amazon's AWS. Same kind of thing. That's where they make most of their money right now.
Well, let's take a step back and think about this overall. There are very few companies out there that have the computing power and the servers necessary to run something like TikTok, right? So we got Amazon. We probably do have IBM. We've got Microsoft. We've got Google. Thank you. Yahoo, maybe not.
Yeah, probably not Yahoo. They got bought by somebody, I think.
Did they? Yeah. That's a whole other sad story. Yahoo not buying Google. But anyhow, who else?
Well, I mean, anybody could technically buy them and then use those platforms to host the data.
Yes.
But going to be more expensive than those platforms themselves buying the software.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Meta, I mean Facebook for sure has
Yep.
the capacity to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe X/Twitter, but probably not. Elon Musk unplugged most of their servers, so.
Yeah, I really thought the buyers, my top three were Meta and X and Amazon, because Amazon already has a relationship with TikTok to facilitate sales, and so I thought it was going to be one of those three. All three of those are also much more integrated into the social space and understand converting content into sales, which isn't really a Microsoft thing. Microsoft's never been a content or a creator company, so that's why they weren't really on my list for that. But I would like to make a request that if this happens, that Microsoft stay away from it, because if you've had to use Teams,
you hear that, Bill? Stay away.
If you've had to use Teams, you know what I'm talking about. If you've had to use their messenger equivalent, it's also clunky. It's so clunky. And Microsoft is very IBM. You know, they're stodgy and slow, and the ship turns very slowly. So it would be an interesting culture clash of the new hip fast running as fast as they can. TikTok really does run like a startup. And then you've got the Titanic of Microsoft just moving real slowly.
I would prefer none of them buy it. I think they would, in the end, just ruin it and use it as, like a data harvesting thing. And it would have either a quick death or a slow death. Probably a slow death because it's got so many people following it. But eventually, I think it would just take a downturn. Amazon, I just don't want to have it because I like that TikTok is stealing some market share. So I would prefer a separate company to have that. My pick actually is Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary. Now he's working through another firm that's raising all the money and stuff. So it wouldn't be himself. He's like the spokesman for the organization that's doing it. But, I would prefer a company like that, like you say, Leslie, could hopefully replicate the startup mentality of TikTok and keep it going.
Yep.
Well, yeah. And if it's a lot of private equity money, they're going to continue with the theme, right? Private equity money wants you to keep doing what you're doing and make money, and they're only going to mess with you if you stop making money. Whereas Microsoft and Amazon and Meta they all think they're really smart and they do everything the right best way, and they're going to try and shoehorn it into their current organizations and see how they can leverage it. Although, Todd, I will take issue with something you said a moment ago. You said they would turn it into data harvesting operation. Oh, come on. The Chinese are already doing that. We know that. We just don't see what they're doing with our data.
They did it right.
Yeah, we don't see it. They're not using it for consumer choices. It would just be more obvious to us because it would once again be that I said Nike shoes, Danon, and then I'm going to go to Facebook in a while and then Nike ad will pop up. So,
yeah, that's for sure. And no matter who buys it is going to do that data mining. That's how these companies make a lot of their money.
Or it'll go the way of MySpace.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't see it though, because it's assuming that an acquisition happens. I don't think it's going to tank very quickly. It's going to be around a while, but you could see some other platform rise up sooner than it would have without a purpose.
Like Truth. Is that is that a platform that Trump
Truth
did?
Social?
Yeah, Truth Social. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely won't be that one. I don't think just
or Rumble.
Based on the name.
Rumble. Yeah.
Rumble. Yeah. I like Rumble. Rumble's kind of interesting, but they're, they don't have as large of a catalog, nearly as large as YouTube and stuff, if you're actually looking for stuff.
Right.
And I've tried using them just, you know, to get out of the YouTube atmosphere a little bit. And I post all my videos over there, but their curation is really horrible compared to YouTube. If you're just looking for something that would interest you, it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, I was posting.
That would be an
Rumble.
interesting platform to buy TikTok though, and incorporate TikTok into Rumble. And, you know, because TikTok has that algorithm figured out for showing you videos that, you know, and if they bought it and incorporated it into their YouTube platform, also Rumble, then that could be something. But I doubt they have the money to do it.
Rumble's they're valued at about over $3 billion.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I know they've grown quite a bit.
I wouldn't have expected that, but that's pretty awesome.
They do a lot of rewarding creators for having exclusive content for Rumble. So even if you have, you know, if you do 10 videos that you put on Rumble and on YouTube, then you do 2 more that are just Rumble. They reward that a lot, and it shows up more in the algorithm. But I totally agree with Todd. Part of the issue over there is the search just isn't that great. And it doesn't serve stuff up the way YouTube does, you know, or even Facebook, even though theirs isn't as good. The way they serve you up things that you would actually like to see. Or X is really great at that too. Like if you watch a video on X, it's going to serve up one that is something you're interested in next, like 90% of the time.
Yep. Yeah. Rumble right now, though, is very skewed towards political content as well. Right. My Amazon videos get very low views over there.
I was going to say, I mostly see, like, I'm just looking at it right now, political gaming, political content and gaming content. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not logged in. I haven't been to rumble.com in ages. Like, I'm talking years, but it looks like a lot of, I'm actually seeing the same list of stuff for picks. There's,
I'm not logged.
So there's a bunch of gaming. Gaming, crypto.
Crypto.
And the last stats I heard, it even skews more heavily male than X does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, probably.
Which is hard to accomplish.
Politics, gaming, and crypto. That probably skews male for sure.
Super heavy male, but like the stats on it were something nuts. It was over 75% male was the last one I saw.
Wow.
Very good.